and teaching experience, please?
Yes, so I started working after I graduated university. I got both a bachelor's and master's degree in foreign languages. And I started helping out here in some summer camps in my hometown and also working as a language tutor during the school year. Uh, the school I was working for was both a primary and secondary school. Then through the university, I moved to Melbourne, Australia, where I became an Italian language assistant for 8 months. At the end of the program, the center that was organizing everything told us of other options to stay in Australia, and I decided to apply for a working holiday visa, and that allowed me to teach and also study. That's when I decided to do the TEFL course. I did it there in Melbourne, and so for the first part of the year, I work again with Italian language, and then once I finished the TEFL course toward the end of the year, I got my first English teaching job. When my working holiday visa expired, I decided to do the same thing in New Zealand. As you can see from my CV, I have very short experiences because the working holiday visa for Italian citizens had this clause that I had to change employer every 3 months. So I did very short courses for different language schools. And after that, I moved to Switzerland again with a program to teach Italian, being an Italian assistant teacher in secondary schools for 1 year. Then it was COVID time, so that's when things became a little bit more complicated. So I stayed in Italy. I did several, how can I say, like professional development courses. Mostly I self-studied. I did the three core modules of Cambridge TKT. And then my TEFL provider also was offering these two short courses, one to teach online and the other one focusing on business English. And so that's what I did basically in 2021. The only actual on-site job that I got was in Malta because of the vaccination, since like it's a very small island here in Europe. So they were one of the first countries to open up the borders that year. But unfortunately, like I managed to do part of the program, but not the whole summer, because again, like because of COVID rates that were getting higher, like the government decided to close down the language schools mid-August, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
Um, and then after that, I went back again to Malta the following year because I was waiting for the Canadian working holiday visa. It was a little bit more complicated to get that one, as the process is different from Australia and New Zealand. It's not as straightforward. Um, so after that, I went to the Czech Republic while I was waiting for my job in Canada that I got during the summer. Again, I was helping out with the summer camps. This time, not from a teacher perspective, but like from managing side of things. Um, and after that, as you can see, like last year, I did the PGCE course in Johannesburg, South Africa. And so when I finished my summer camps in Canada, I received a letter from the university that I got accepted for the course. So I decided to come back to Italy, prepare all the documents for the study visa. And while I was waiting for the visa to be processed, I got a temporary job again in Malta because it was convenient. I was more or less kind of settled there. And it was closer to Rome
Okay.
in terms of like transportation, because like the flight were pretty frequent. And so um, so yeah, that's what I did. I last year I completed the PGC course, and this year I got a contract in Kazakhstan, where I taught the second semester of the school year there for a private college. And during the summer, they were offering intensive courses, and I completed those, and then I came back to Italy, and here
Okay.
we are.
Okay. Great. Um, you'll be teaching to male adults in Saudi Arabia, right? Why do you think that you'll be suitable candidate for the job of English language teacher, especially for Saudi male students?
So in the past, I had a few Saudi students, not adults. They were teenagers. But yeah, like what I can say is that being a non-native speaker, I've got the advantage that I understand more or less the struggles of those who are learning English as a second language, and so I can help them out a little bit. To overcome all the barriers that they might face. Um, and yeah, also I did like after I finished university, I did a small course of Arabic, so just to get a little bit of the flavor of the language. Um, I'm not definitely not fluent, and I cannot really speak, but I might start to understand like what the difficulties for Saudi people could be when it comes to bridge the two languages like Arabic and English. So I guess that's my strong point for this role.
Okay. How do you motivate your students? So if we go to Middle Eastern countries, okay, some of these students they get bored, right? And sometimes they don't want to come to the class. So in this way, how do you motivate your students to come and study?
So I like to teach like in a how can I say like a more interactive way. I don't know. I've never been to the Middle East, so I'm not familiar to the way of teaching. But I like to do like group work, and so like there is more interaction in class, and also like that creates good relationships between the students. And so like this might help them to be how can I say like more active during the lessons, and also like form some sort of bonds with the other students in class, and that might motivate them more to come and attend all the lessons.
Okay, all right. And what do you know about student-centered learning approach?
So like what I like to do when I teach is go to what is called like the discovery method. I don't I don't know, for example, like write on the board, oh, today we are studying present perfect. And then this is how you form it, this is when you use it. No, I like to work with like examples and make the students work out the rules, the form, when the tense is used, like uh, what differences you can find with other similar topics that we have already seen or something like that. So that's how I like to teach.
Right? And gentlemen, what technology do you use to enrich your lessons?
So I've got like a list of some websites that are a little bit more interactive. And so like I saw on the yesterday you sent me the information about the schools at the school, and they've got like smart boards, and so uh, that could be used there. Um, as I don't know like the policy with the use of mobile phones in this academy or in general in the area. So, but sometimes it can be used. Um, I don't know if you're familiar with Kahoot. Um,
Yes,
I
we
know
know.
that Yeah, it's mostly like when I first used it was for teenagers, but I also applied it when I was teaching intensive courses in Malta for adults as well, and I found that they liked it because, like, of course, it was something different, and it's a good resource. So that's also something that can be used. Um, I tend to use AI just if I've got like speaking classes, um, because that's when I find that it's more useful. Um, but I don't know, again, like adults usually are more how can I say, reliable than teenagers, because teenagers, like, gosh, with AI nowadays it's a little bit more complicated, especially for reading and writing lessons. um, uh, it's difficult to like incorporate it in a productive way. So yeah.
All right, that's it.